Okay, so this was the first carp of the night and from a totally different area. We're edging further left, we've even moved up the bank now. And this was a really long rod, I towed it right down the far end. Within 10 minutes I had a really weird drop back and nothing on the end. Repositioned the rod in the pitch black and then middle of the night it was away again. And this is what I caught. Look at the big old scale on him. They're not as big as we were hoping for, but they're lovely carp. And I've got another one as well, so we'll put this one back. Get the other one out. You like the fishy? Do you like the fish? Poisson? Poisson? It's as big as you.
Il fait caresse au poisson. Il fait caresse au poisson.
You do? Love it. Right, big scale. Off you go. Poisson? If only you knew what went into this capture. I reckon I was out there best part of an hour in the pitch black, massive wind, couldn't find the spot. When I did, I was getting blown off of it, I was disorientated, I was swearing. Honestly, I nearly cried a couple of times. By the time I got to the bank, I felt sick. I just said to Finn, I hope that rod goes. And it did. Not with the giant that I was hoping for, but it's another carp, it's another bite. And I think it's the fourth one off of that spot, so I can only hope that I get another opportunity at one of the big carp that do reside in this lake. I lost one yesterday and you know, I'm still trying to make up for it. So we'll keep the fingers crossed, get this carp back, and hopefully that opportunity will come. Bite here?
Yeah, you have. Yeah.
I have, haven't I?
Hold on.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, he's gotta run, man. He's gotta run. Yeah. Go on then, it's it. All right, let's switch this camera around so Mark can watch.
Well, we've just sat here talking about plans to stay an extra couple of days if we have to. We just want a big fish. Left-hand rod has gone, and this feels like a big fish. Slow, heavy weight all the way in. It's a long way out. Just fucking pray to God we get him in. He's swinging in towards Finn's rod. If I lose another fish on one of Finn's lines, I swear to God I'll cry. I might go up the bank. Do you have rods in the water? Can I come through? Is it reeled in? Ouch. Fucking hell. Oh. Ow. Thank you, mate, I appreciate that. I can't lose this fish. It's right down the shelf he is. Feeling grating on the rocks. That's when you need a strong line. Oh, that's horrible. He's right down that shelf. It's another little one. Got him. Right, Well, this fish doesn't change our plans to stay if we don't catch a big one, because it's not a big one. But it is another bite off a different area. He'll do. Bit of entertainment. Right, if I grab my mat quickly. Look at that fin. This is exactly the kind of carp, and there. This is what we've come here for, just bigger. This is what they're like in here, they're epic. This is literally a miniature version of what I'm trying to catch. What an awesome little carp. All right, well, I'm not gonna lie, when I saw it was a small one, I was a bit gutted. Now I'm looking at him, what a little fish that is. Truly awesome in miniature form. And you can imagine what the mummies and daddies look like when they're breeding stuff like this. Please, can we catch one? Well, thank you. Go get your mama. Right, well, the obvious thing to do now would be to put the rod back out. However, that's way too simple and straightforward for this session. We've pretty much exhausted all the batteries. We've got a leisure battery still going, which is enough to see us through, but the sonar needs more power than the other batteries have left in them to work. They're not dead, but they're not enough to power that not enough to power the echo sounder, so I can't get the rod back out. So Finney's gonna have to go and sit in the car. I would sit in the car, but his phone doesn't work abroad, so if I went over there, he couldn't ring me if one of us got a bite. So he's gonna sit in the car. If we get a bite, I'll ring him, he'll come back over, and from the car we can charge the batteries, which is a shame, you know, because I'd love to get that rod straight back out, but at this moment in time, I'm unable to do that. So, bit gutted, but here's what it is. Life abroad. I need to buy myself a generator, that is for sure.
Fucking brilliant. Elliot's rod's just tore off as he's got to the van. Obviously I'm on rod watch. And it come off, which is probably a blessing because I wouldn't have counted it and Elliot wouldn't have counted it because I wound it in. But if he was here, he would have been welcomed to a beautiful, beautiful common carp, one of only about 4 in the lake. So once I tell him, he's gonna be fucking raging. And it's just another one of them things that we're putting up with on this session that's turned out to be very, very enjoyable, but very, very testing to your soul. If it ain't the boats cutting you out, swimmers swearing at you, it's fucking carp getting cut off or lost, or it's one thing after another. And then when we do hook one, it's a little dear old thing. So at least it weren't a 50-pounder, because if I had to tell him that, I think we'd be going home.
Yeah, we are bang in trouble here. Why does it feel like, I feel like an idiot. We've like bodged the gazebo up somehow. I've never experienced anything like this trip. Well, we've just sat here talking about plans to stay an extra couple of days if we have to. Left-hand rod has gone, and this feels like a big fish. We're supposed to be getting on the ferry today. We're supposed to be leaving at 8 o'clock. That ain't happening. And I honestly felt like we was both a little bit broken. We went out there like teamwork, and the dream worked, didn't it? And it's in the net. If only you knew what went into this capture. I reckon I was out there best part of an hour in the pitch black, massive wind, couldn't find the spot. When I did, I was getting blown off of it, I was swearing. Honestly, I just said to Finn, I hope that rod goes. It'll be all worth it if we catch a big one. And Elliot, you was right, because look what I got. Honestly, you can't beat it. That's what the old man used to say, and I tell you what, he was never wrong, my dad.